Okay. Okay. So, been a while. Hold on. Let me make sure that this isn't going to be annoying me. Okay, this seems to be at the correct height. The mic. Okay. So what's up? I'm going to drop this in the Discord. I have still been programming, but offline, not on stream. So, but now I'm here. Some things that I've noticed, they do apparently have. You can now log into the YouTube chat in OBS. So that's a cool neat little thing that they added. Hey, what's up, Frumpy? They also, dude, fucking GitHub is such an awful. Is it a company? Maybe it's not a company. Maybe it is a company. Do they make money? GitHub was down. Exactly, yes. GitHub, I think it is still down, according to you. But yeah, this morning I was, reading some code from someone's code base and just fucking, ruined my whole day. Hey, Arya. But yeah, also GitHub, I'm going to put this code base online on GitHub, and so I was making a new account, and it just wouldn't let me make an account. It was telling me that the captcha was wrong. My captcha was invalid or whatever, and it was like I tried on my phone, I tried on on a VPN and eventually it just worked randomly. I mean, I hate GitHub. Anyway, so there was that. Other than that, I've just been programming the chess engine, which is now 1900 rated on Lichess, and it's playing a game right now, so we can go check out who it's playing. Last time during stream, we crashed. That's how the last stream ended, because of kind of the toll it takes on this bad computer of mine to run different instances of the engine. So there's a maximum of 2 that can be playing at one time, and each one is about 500, 400-ish megabytes of memory. So if we run out of memory and I crash, then that's going to be what happens. What on Control I allow. What? Why can I not have sound? Okay. Apparently there is sound now. That just freaked the hell out of me. Well, I clicked the sound button, and then it took me to it's like, that freaked the hell out of me. Anyway, I mean, this guy, some of these bots only look a certain amount of plies ahead. So this is kind of like, what this is it's like kind of like inviting your 5-year-old friend over to play Call of Duty and then like turning wall hacks on is what we're doing here. We don't get to choose who we get matched what bot we end up getting match made against. There are a lot of ones that beat us for sure. But yeah, we're just going to unfortunately beat this guy to a pulp. We have been doing very well today. We did lose to Thunfish, who we do lose a few times to. Pretty much. Halcyon bot we also haven't won against. This game, I need to take a look at this game. I was working on it while this was happening, so it's possible that that I made an oopsie as well, but I feel like we should have probably won this game. And so a lot of developing a chess engine is actually going through its games and then analyzing them and then actually taking positions and then, oh yes, so this, I did go through this position. The move is either go here or go here. And I played go here, right? Oh my gosh, I lost it. Yeah, exactly. This is the move, but I went here. And I guess why we went here is because probably the queen trade in the short run isn't that big of a deal. But later on, it's just not great. You'd rather do this. I'm not 100%. I mean, this is a giant fork, right? But you know. Anyway, so we find this at like depth 6 or something, and I was messing around with a bunch of stuff, and so that's why. So this is this website, Bots Fighting Bots. This is just a chess website that, you know, real people play chess too, and you can, you know, challenge my chess engine to a game, but typically. It's just bots fighting bots because people really aren't interested in, I guess, challenging a bot. But yeah, you can go to my link here and play it yourself. Anyone who, yeah, it's about 1900 rated. And I think the rating goes up with the amount of time we have per move. Our search is really not stable at low depths, so we're typically not great at bullet, but we're good at classical. We're like 2000 at classical, which is the version that's like 25-30 minutes per game. But we suck at the stuff that's like less than a minute per game, to be honest, but that stuff is like really fun to watch. Anyway, so what we're going to be working on today is like micro optimization. So I've run perf on the engine a bunch in different positions, and I've realized that it's actually not really my fault that the engine is slow. It's just I literally need to optimize the hell out of it and get rid of all the pointers, turn all of our variables into static const globals, just no pointers, and just try to... Basically what I'm doing here is I'm making the Uint 64T bitboard and then just using it before this was all inline. And technically this is one instruction less. So things like this are what I have to do today, because I think it's just at that point with the engine where it's not really anything in the search that I need to implement anymore. It's not anything, you know, in terms of I'm doing anything wrong. It's just, you know, it's just that I didn't do things very very optimized to start with. I should have... A lot of these things like game pieces, this should just be a global variable, and I have to change that, I think. But I'm just starting with the small things, and that's inside of the make move where we make and undo moves. What I'm doing is I just basically am setting everything to a local variable like capture piece, which is just an integer that tells us what piece type it is. I'm just, you know, assigning this to a local variable every time we get into the into this function. I just basically copy all of this stuff so that we don't have to dereference any pointers. Yeah. We can also do this with the en passant square. And this might seem, you know, like really dumb what I'm doing here, but this function is called for every single node's moves, meaning that typically for a turn, if we have, say, 50 million nodes, this gets called for every move at every one of those nodes. So let's say typically for a turn of chess you have maybe 20 possible moves. So that's 20 times 50 million times. So I think it does kind of matter, you know, how fast it goes. It does kind of matter. But yeah, it'll randomly challenge people as the stream goes on, and I'll keep checking. I can also like just manually send it against people, but I typically don't like to do that because, you know, then if I win, it's just kind of like, you know, it feels a bit mean. I don't know. Maybe it's not mean. I don't. Anyway. All this stuff is just copying all of our castling flags, etc. This move last en passant square is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's probably worth it. I mean, at this point, you're kind of wondering, like, maybe I should have just, like, copied the move struct itself on entering into this function. I wonder if that's just faster than doing all of this. Probably. That's a good question. I don't really know how that works, because I'm kind of too dumb to understand that. But maybe we can try both and then see how it is later. That's just a Boolean. Okay. So this, we don't actually, so this is an example of what I'm doing here, is that I have these pre-computed boards now instead of this. So this is just going to be E, right? Yeah. And the painful part is that the worst part about this is that now we have to do it for this was the undo, so now we have to do it for the make. But the good thing is that they kind of map 1-to-1, so I just have to kind of do the opposite of what I just did. I do know that we need to really change some of this stuff. Okay, so this needs to get put in this list. Okay. And then this as well, we decided to put this as well. Okay. But yes, the code for this will be on GitHub as soon as I decide to write Markdown, I guess. I have it actually all annotated, all of this. A good example of it is in here. I've basically written comments over every single function to, I guess, be, instructive about what goes into a chess engine, because I think chess engines are super cool, but I don't think that people think that they're very cool, even though they are very, very, very cool. Very cool indeed. Okay, so yeah, this is ORing the end and XORing the start. We can just XOR both. Yeah, so we can just replace that with that. Saving instructions. The make and the undo are about 20% of our CPU load. So hopefully this gives us like maybe a 1 to 2% increase is what I'm kind of hoping for. Really what we should do is actually just this and then cap. I know it's kind of, but it does kind of matter. Why didn't it copy? Oh. Okay, so let me make sure that this is right, because if I get this wrong, then we're gonna, this is impossible to debug, right? Yeah, this is fine. Oh yeah, make sure that this is getting XORed. We absolutely have to be careful about that, because some of this stuff, it's fine to just XOR everything. It's safe because you're always going to want to be toggling. And so if you toggle both start and end, it's going to work in both directions. Unless I'm dumb and I'm not thinking about it correctly. But yeah, so all of this stuff should be XORed. Okay. What I'm changing here is that this stuff was changed, just a very small optimization. These index into basically hash keys, these random unsigned 64-bit numbers that we have to index into based on our information for each move. So the most efficient way to do this now is that we actually, I don't want to lose my spot, but we can go to here. What this is doing is it's doing this inline, right? this math, and we have these pre-computed arrays with our rank files. What this is basically just literally we have a start index and the rank number is at that index, right? So it's literally just like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is just a very, very micro optimization, right? Because you don't want to be dividing by 8, you know, or, you know, you don't want to be doing modulus in something that gets called 100 million times. That's just not something that you want to be doing. So okay, so all of this seems good. Next, the en passant stuff, and the en passant stuff is a bit weird because you're not actually going to where the capture occurs because you're going basically behind the pawn. So your end actually isn't the square that you're capturing the pawn at, right? So it's a bit weird. Oh yeah, this is obviously just going to be move board, right? Right, so this is really complicated what I'm doing here actually, even though it looks very simple. A pawn can move in one square, in one square forward, right? And so instead of actually calculating where the pawn is that we're en passanting, we just use the pawn moves in the opposite direction from where we end up. I don't know if that's going to make sense to you. It took me a second to figure it out myself, but yeah, that's basically what's happening there. And we want to do that on this board as well. It should just be the exact same. We have to remember to XOR this. Like I said, if we make a bug here, then it's literally going to be impossible to debug. We will probably just have to go back and redo it. Like, that's the only way, unfortunately. And if we make a bug, we will know right away because we will just immediately segfault as recursion works, you know. Okay, so this EPF ends up being what we call the capture square, which is what we do this bit scan for up there. Okay. Let's see if we're in a game. No game. We won. We won one. We missed it, unfortunately. It's actually pretty funny. I haven't been streaming, and so I've started using my mouse a lot more. I don't know why that is. I don't know what that's about. Hopefully this is the exact same thing. I'm hoping. Okay, so our piece board gets the move board. We get the castle board, which is just the locations. We could also pre-compute these masks as well, by the way. We'll put a pin in that, but yeah, we could just like not be bit shifting for this as well, and we could just like have just the mask is this, and then this just is what that gets. But I'm gonna put a pin in that because I don't kind of feel like going onto Bitboard Viewer right now and doing that. Okay, so this is going to be the same thing, which is, I'm actually pretty happy that luckily Zobra's hashing works both ways, so we can just literally copy our own homework for most of this stuff because it works for doing and undoing. It's the same operation, so that's good. Okay. And the reason why we have these start and end separate for promotion is because we Zor start with a different piece than we're obviously going to do it for the end, because we end up a different piece than we started. That's how a promotion works, believe it or not. And we need to absolutely make sure. No, this is an OR. That is an OR. That is fine. That is an OR. That's fine. And this is our side to move. The music is probably a bit quiet. Maybe it wasn't. It probably is. That's probably fine. Okay, we're on a game. Oh yeah, we haven't beat this guy yet, I think. We've only tied him. Yo, what's up? Trying to think. That's what your name was. Got it. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Just watching my engine play some chess. Yeah, we haven't beat this guy yet. He's just super solid. This engine. And I don't think that we're winning here either. To be honest, I mean, just like look at this. I don't know. Is this a free pawn? Probably not. What happens if I take that pawn? You're trying to deal with working and studying? Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot on the plate. Yeah, I just feel like this guy's a problem. We gotta handle this somehow. Okay. I mean, this is nice. Boom. It's going home. I don't know why it shows nickname rather than display name. I think that they did some weird stuff because the whole dashboard looks different for YouTube streaming. I'm in danger. You know that meme where it's like, I'm in danger or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cooked, man. This is, I don't think he has it right now. I feel like we gotta call in some backup, you know? What's with the game engine? It exists. I just haven't been... I've kind of been wanting to work on something else. Okay, yeah, so, you know, when your engine plays something like that, and that's how you know it's over. Yeah, this... yeah, it's completely cooked. Yeah, we're just gonna forfeit that one. Yeah, it was a force mate. When your engine starts playing stuff like that, it's a force mate sequence. Yeah, it didn't actually seem to be doing that bad until all of a sudden we hung mate in 7. Apparently if we go here, it's fine. So we should run this fan. Hey, what's up, Kiel? Yeah, we should run this fan. But, I wonder why this is, saving us here. Anyway, it's not like we usually, we usually win anyway, against him. I am interested, but, oh, we can run it. Oh my gosh, I stream at a different resolution. I have to use a different resolution, so it throws me off. E5, D4. What are these moves? E5, D4. Let's take a look. That's what we played. That's what we played, and that was the wrong move. Same here. I haven't written the emulator. Suck at graphics. Lazy or stupid? I think maybe it's just like some things, sometimes like other things other times, you know? If you had the motivation, I'm sure you'd do it. B76. Okay, so I'm not finding the move, which is annoying, but what can you do? D5, E3. D5, E3 I think is the move, yeah. D5... No, it's this, huh? That's not the move either. F7, G7. Yeah, none of these are the moves. We will return to this when we can actually compile and try and see specifically where we're probably pruning something that shouldn't get pruned. I did go through and add some other experimental stuff this morning. I will still be here, probably, you know, unless, you know, the fucking, Donnie Darko plane drops on me, then I'll still be here. Okay. This is more motivation to finish, finish up on what we're doing here so that we can go back and debug what we just saw in that game. But yeah. Just making a chess engine is very much like that, though. It's literally just like seeing what it plays, taking the positions, and then trying and trying things out to see what makes it find the right move. You know, that's kind of how you tweak your parameters and stuff. It is entirely possible that my razoring or reverse futility pruning or something like that is off. You know, it's probably what it is. Okay, so I think that the make and the undo are more optimized now. There are, of course, a couple of things that we could do better. Namely, we could technically cache the castling location bit masks instead of doing these two operations here. Other than that, I think it's pretty much solid. I think it's solid. So let's see if we can compile. Okay, it looks like we did compile. Okay, that's really bad. That's really, really, really not good. Okay, so after depth 7, it breaks. It completely breaks. So I'm gonna assume, from my experience with this stuff, that it's either en passant or castling that we messed up, because that's the stuff that happens 6 moves in the future from starting position. Okay, so how do we figure out how to do this? Okay. Okay, we gotta lock in. Okay, this can also go to end instead of end index. That's also something that we can do. Okay, so we have our move board, which is a bit at our start and a bit at our end, and then we XOR it with the move board. Yep. So we move to that position. And then our capture piece, we do not do end. This is capture square. That's what it is. Wow. Caught that one. Oh no, actually, I'm completely incorrect. This is actually at the end. Because this is finding the... Yeah. Oh wait, hold on a minute. Hold on a second. This is supposed to be Zord. This is supposed to be Zord. Yeah. Has to be. Oh wait, no, that's the undo. So that is supposed to be ORed. But where's the make move? It should be here. This is it, right? Yes. This needs to be Zord because we're removing it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want it to work anyway. Funny you'd think that. Okay, so we can look at the castling just to make sure. Is this this is the undo? Okay, good. Undo is on the left. The make is on the right. Okay. I mean, this looks correct, right? I guess, I don't know. I guess to test if it could be this, we could just like literally just comment it back in. That's kind of why we did this in the first place. It was just like, in case we messed it up, this is kind of like important for us to realize where we went wrong, I suppose. So this will tell us if it is the castling or not. Okay, it appears that it isn't. Okay, we have to be careful because I think that we're now in the make. We are in the make. Yeah, it's still like I'm thinking that it is an en passant thing. I just got kind of that gut feeling about it. We could be very sure here and just do... just set up a board for this just to make sure that we're not losing our minds here. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of impossible to debug. I guess we could try and do the same thing and reinstate the let's like take a look at the variables just to make sure. We could also have messed up our hashing. So that's what I'm gonna try, is to remove our transposition table just to test it out. Just to make sure we're not losing our mind. And instead of going to queue search, we will just return a static evaluation while I'm debugging this. Okay. No, never mind. Never mind. Actually, hold on. Because our razoring still goes to Q. And we use our transposition table in Q, so it's possible that it is a hashing thing. Maybe not. I'm just making sure that we don't... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if our TT is off, those are the only two places where we would go to Q. So it can't be. It can't be. I'm still just gonna leave this here. So we figured out that it's not this, and that it is our bitboards somewhere that are getting... Actually, you know what? It actually, yeah, that I guess my idea is that it might be the king is getting toggled off. Possibly. Back in the engine indeed. Back in the engine indeed. It is playing games right now online if you want to challenge it. It just lost, unfortunately. We did watch it lose. It was pretty sad. We haven't won against this guy before. But there's a first time for everything. Right now I'm doing some... I was trying to do some micro optimization refactoring for some of our bit operations and our make and undo move, but unfortunately it seems like I have made a fatal error, as my old engineering teacher would say. Fatal error. He would say that that's the type of error that gets people killed, you know, in engineering terms. I feel like we take with the knight here, to be honest. Yeah, that one's a given. It's actually pretty fun that I think I've gotten better at chess just by doing all of this. I still suck at chess. Don't get me wrong, but maybe it's actually promotion. Hold on a second. No, this makes sense. This gets, you toggle both the start and the end for the side to move pieces. And then this must be the undo. We're adding at the start. We toggle at the start here. And then for our promotion type, we OR it, and then we XOR it on the other side at the end. That, oh my god. Okay, well that was a typo. That was a typo for sure. Hold on a sec. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, those were typos. For sure. Okay. Glad I caught that now. Okay. Other side pieces. We are toggling end, which is a location, not a bitboard. That's supposed to be E. That's supposed to be E. Okay. Hopefully that was the bug. Cross my fingers. Hope to die. There it is. Well, I'm glad that we got that figured out. I think that everything is fine now. I think it's fine. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. Let's tune back into the game. Well, we have no queen. What happened to the queen? Ah, that's what happened to the queen. Okay. So... okay, so why didn't we play this? Oh. Because we can't move here. Oh man, what a bummer. Well, it looks like we've lost. Only down 3 pieces of material. Winnable? Not? Okay, yeah. I mean, this is fine, I guess. Boom. Then go back for seconds. Bring a friend over. I don't know. Anyway, I hope that we found all of the bugs with this, and that there isn't a bug hiding that I missed. But technically, it should just work. Okay. So a few micro optimizations here and there with how we do things. And that's it. That's it. So I didn't really notice a speed up at all, to be honest. So that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. But anyway, what am I gonna work on next? Well, there's a lot of other micro optimizations just like that we have to do within our move gen. Unfortunately, back in the move gen, I haven't really showed off anything that I've done inside of the search, which is kind of like the heart of the engine, but it's all pretty much standard things that you'll find within other chess engine code bases, right? All the same things like null move pruning, futility pruning, things like this that I've commented out because we still need to work on them, I think, on finding good values. I also tried my hand at texel tuning, and it didn't go too well. So we have hand-tuned values that right, and these values are what I assume are good, at least what I feel like what I've analyzed our play. Those are the numbers that seem good. Okay, so we have to do a similar thing here, I think. Now looking at it, it is kind of, it does feel pretty streamlined, but I feel like honestly we could just like remove en passants from our Q search. Like this isn't necessary, I think. So I'm just going to, that's what I'm going to do. It's really not necessary to, actually we can just say, if en passant and then not only non-quiet, there's no reason for us to count en passants, in my opinion. Yeah, this game is completely over. I'm gonna have to take a look at what happened. We can also take a look at what happened here with this move that we saw here, which this is a blunder according to Stockfish. He's already completely winning, but this hangs a forced mating sequence, which Stockfish doesn't find yet, but yeah, now it found it. And you know, to be fair, to give myself a little bit of a credit, it does take Stockfish a while to find the mating sequence, but that doesn't mean that that I'm gonna sit here and not be a little bit annoyed that we are so blind to it. So these are the moves that it sees, right? So it sees e5 d4, g5 f7, g8 f7. And it still likes e5 d4, which is what it played. However, I guess we can take a look and try toggling some things off and doing some testing just to see if we can get it to find anything else, because I'm absolutely 100% sure that I'm pruning something too heavily somewhere. B7C8. I think that there's one good move in this position and we're not finding it. B7C8. That what? Technically, it's not the worst move. It does see that this is better, but they're actually about equal on the Stockfish evaluation, to be honest. So I am going to just like assume that it is one of these. I know that our margin is super small here, but I did get this from another code base that I was kind of like testing out ideas from. The code base is the Yukari code base, and they have really low margins on certain things. And yeah, it's absolutely that we start finding E5 V4 right here. And what this does is it basically says if our static evaluation is so bad that it can't cross beta, then it's or no, it's the opposite, right? So it's we are subtracting an amount from our static evaluation, and if we're still over beta, then we are returning out because the assumption is that we're too good, I guess. So it's the opposite of futility pruning, which is exactly what you would assume, which is we are so bad that we're just going to prune it. However, this margin of 38 is incredibly small. Like I would rather have it like 250 or 280, which is what I had it at before. But they had it at 38, and so I was like, why not try it? Why not try it out? And we tried it out, and now we've realized that it's not good. So we do find B7C8, which is a move, a possible move. What I really don't like seeing is this D5 E3 move, which is a pretty bad move. This is D5 E3. It just leads to mate in 3. It also just like straight up sacks the knight in general. So it's not a great move. I'm kind of wondering why we find this. This is kind of worrying. Now you may be saying, why do you care about depth 4, right? But I mean, this is a heavily tactical kind of position, and so we're not probably going to get to a high depth in, say, a bullet game. So I kind of, I'm interested to see why. So I'm just going to like toggle some things and see if we can get that move to go away, and then try and tune the values based on that. It's kind of how we do it. Okay, so that didn't change it at all, which is our null move pruning. If I take off LMRs completely, it's definitely going to be destabilizing, right? But I just want to see what the change is. No, we still find D5 E3 at depth 4, which is, I'm going to assume that it's a Q search thing, which is just kind of annoying. Because the Q search stuff, I have like a lot less kind of control over, I feel. Yeah, d5 e3. D5 e3. D5 e3. Yeah, it's kind of impossible to know. Yeah, it kind of just looks like that's the move we're gonna get. No matter what we do, that's kind of just the move that we're gonna get. Which, yeah, I'm just not, I'm not that happy about it. Yeah, I wonder why. So we can look at the PV and see. So d5 e3 f2 e3. So it says that the f pawn is going to take. Yeah, so it says f pawn takes, and then it says f7 f1. Okay, so trading rooks, and then it takes, and then e5 d4, and then it sees this, and this is mate in 2. Okay. Well, okay, well, okay, well, that's mate in 2. I guess it just doesn't see it yet, you know? I wonder if I add checkmate detection back into Q search, if it'll catch it. But I removed it because all the other code bases that I've been looking at don't have it in Q search. And yeah, exactly. We don't find that move anymore as soon as I add it. The problem with adding checkmate detection to Q search is that it slows us down by a little bit. But if this is our speed and we're might be playing a depth 4 move in a bullet game, then we kind of have to have it so that we don't get moves like that. You know, it's kind of that kind of is just the way it has to be, you know? And we did lose that game. Well, I'm not surprised, to be honest, but okay, anyway, so we're removing en passant from the thing, from Q search. Yeah, I expected to see a lot more pain here, of like things that I can optimize. But something that I definitely can optimize is this, and that's what we'll do now. This is going to be a bit painful, but it is something that has to happen. We also want to make everything const. I just was too lazy to write it in. Oh, actually, some of the stuff can't be. So we're going to have to not do this, unfortunately, because those things we actually flip during runtime, and so we're going to have to work on that as some of these we can turn into const though, for sure. I'm not sure what the I'm not sure what the benefit to it is, but I think that there is some benefit technically to it. That something compiler can go and be fine with it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know that, so. All of these things, unfortunately, we compute during runtime, during the initialization of our program. So I'm just going through and I'm making all of this stuff const. Oh. Before we go in and change everything that is on our game struct, we are going to make all of that stuff global so that we don't have to dereference pointers to access that stuff every time, because we're trying to be as efficient as possible. So all of this stuff has to go to const. And this is something that I should have done a long time ago. But are you supposed to actually make this static as well? Before we go through and make everything, I think that you're supposed to do static const. No? Cannot combine with previous extern declaration specifier. Okay. Okay. So okay, so this is how we should have done everything. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. That's okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay, so we're just gonna move everything into the header then. Say goodbye to oh god, I hope that this is, I don't know if this is all in the same order, and that I hope that we can just get rid of that and not whatever. I have a backup. I have a backup of all of this stuff. Don't worry. Don't worry. I have a backup of all of these files just in case I mess something up. Which I do often end up doing. Yeah, I know it's defined down there, I know. Okay, for now, let's just comment it out. Because I'm not sure what is and what isn't there. God, putting all this in a header file is just so painful now. Also, actually, really good question. Can you do the thing that you can do in Rust where you declare something as const and then fill it in during runtime with a thing? That's a thing that you can do in Rust, right? I remember that was a thing. Okay. We unfortunately cannot move the PSQTs because we flip them during runtime, and we're gonna change that, but for now we're just going to not worry about it. This isn't in use. The mobility blocker values, the idea was that if your squares are controlled by a certain type of piece, it's probably a bad thing, but it was over-engineered as hell. I wonder what the speed up is going to be like. Why are you mad at me? Oh, you're mad at me because of this, because of all of this stuff. Okay. I think we're fine. Okay, now castle masks, this can go as well. Yeah, all the castling stuff can go right next to each other. I hope that this is going to be worth it. Honestly, I can't imagine that it would be worth it. If I know anything about how optimized compilers are, I feel like it's probably should have also probably not put this in types.h. But we passed that the point of caring about that about 10 minutes ago, so yeah. Okay, so where are you mad at me from? You're mad at me there. Okay. The piece names and file names I won't really worry about, I think. Actually, I will. You just want them to be here, and therefore we can just like put them here. Just so that everything is in one spot. Static const. Static const. Okay. Alright, game check. This is the version that isn't working, that is not fixed, and it won a couple of games. It won a couple of games against Josh's bot, but it's kind of punching below its weight class, I think, a little bit. Punching down, I guess. Okay, I think that that's everything. Phase values. Where are phase values? Oh, they're here. Okay, so why are you not mad at me? Okay. That's dealt with. Okay. So everything is now static const. We will eventually get our PSQT as static const. We just need to print it out. We just need to print it out and then copy and paste it in. But this is what our PSQTs look like. But we don't have the flipped ones for black, so we can't make it const yet. We have to make like a function that just prints it out so that we can copy it. So that's that handled. But the next thing that we have to do is we have to do that. We have to make the king moves and etc. globals. But I don't think that we can make them const. I mean, technically we can, actually. I guess the most efficient way to do this would be to actually generate them all and then print out their in, you know, standard ULL notation, and then just literally copy and paste it in raw here so that we can just static const everything. Oh god, that sounds like a pain though, but it's what we should do technically. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, this is a war zone. Okay, so let's make a function that does that then. Do I have a... I have a print board, of course. But we just want to do like something exactly like this, but for the PSQTs, and this is just going to be a one-time function just so that we can print it out to the terminal and then copy and paste it back in so that we can make it static const. So let's just do print PSQT. Yeah, so let's just make it one function that does the whole thing. We don't need to actually, yeah, let's just take in the side and the piece, and then that'll be it. So, we just want to do yeah, so we'll just do MG and EG in front one after another, I guess. And then this is going to be indexed by side, piece, and then I, right? And then we will do the same thing for EG for the side of the piece. And then we'll just write a function that, actually, we don't actually have to do that. We just can literally call print PSQT on initialization. Okay, so just for right now, what we'll do is print PSQT for black pawn. Oh, piece type. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I've made this code base a lot cleaner than usual. And my intention was because I wanted to kind of always upload the code and make it public. So my intention was always there from the start to make it kind of readable. And even though we are in the parts of the code base that aren't readable, there is a lot of the stuff, especially like within search.h, not search.h, I guess it's eval.h and game.h, game.h. Yeah, I have like a lot of comments in like actual, you know, little blurb things with brief and params, you know. You know, my goal is to make people, get people interested in chess programming. Has the engine matching up lately? The chess engine? It's doing well. It's about 1900 rated on Lichess. It's still a work in progress for sure, though. We are still working at the bugs. And I am trying to like optimize things. I'm making everything extern const not extern, static const right now, just to try and get the like the tiniest little bit of extra speed out of it. I always hate when we end up in an opening like this where Yeah, I just don't like this opening very much for us. There's nothing that can defend this. And so, I mean, the good thing is that this is controlling this, so he can't do this, which is nice. But this is coming, and then we're just absolutely screwed, to be honest. Yeah, so, I mean... And then this is coming. No, he plays A4. We're kind of win-lose against this bot specifically. I feel like we gotta be playing this right now. Like, this is not the time to be lifting the rook. Our bishop is trapped, bro. Okay, there we go. I think we just ignore whatever this rook is doing. Who cares? It's just a must to castle right now. Okay, there we go. I'm proud of my engine for castling. Let's just ignore the rook. Ignore the rook. This is peculiar move. Okay, so we're down a pawn. But we do have a bishop, so I'd say it's about even here. Do you think this, if he en passant, it's still fine for us? I wouldn't even mind this here. Okay, well that's a neat little move. I didn't really see that one coming. After this takes, I mean, we are getting a pawn back. But I mean, his pawns are just so much better than ours. It's just... I think it's kind of lost. Oh, by the way, when I'm just doing these arrow things, I'm not actually telling the engine what to do. No, I'm just like, that's just me. Anyway. So hopefully when I compile, we'll get these printed out into the terminal here, so that we can copy and paste them in. Okay, so it looks like that's correct, and it's from Black's perspective. So obviously Black is at the top, going down. Those pawns are going to be more valuable here. So these are the exact things that we need to copy and paste in. When we make our PSQTs static const, so that we don't have to generate them during runtime like we currently do. Basically what we do during initialization is that we just flip the white ones over, right? So instead of doing that, what we're doing is just gonna pre-compute that. But yeah, I'm hoping in the next day or two to get it up on GitHub. And I'll put it in the Discord when I do. I'm not really saying that. Oh my gosh. Okay, no, that's just an empty check. I saw that we had him in check, and then I got really excited. Okay, interesting. This is an interesting little tactic, just saying take my knight, we're gonna send it all the way. This knight just looks like a little bit lost though. We do end up trying to go here. Trying to target this pawn. I feel like we just blocked ourselves in the process. I just don't. Yeah, I feel like we've got nowhere to go now. We are sacking because we get this pawn. I don't really know if I condone this this tactic. Well, that was a funny little tactic. We are going to lose this game, unfortunately, but that was a cute little idea there, for sure. I don't think it really worked out, but yeah, the indenting on these is weird because it's nested. Oh, and I still don't understand why my I did like something. I changed something within my Helix configuration, and now my header files just are indented incorrectly. And I've tried to fix it, and it doesn't want to listen to me. So. Yeah, it looks completely lost. I feel like that little cute knight move we did here was a little bit funny. Okay, so now that everything is spaced out, we can start copying and pasting inside of these things, and you know, it's a bit painful, but someone has to do it, and that someone has to be me. I'm so excited for the 1% speed up when I finish all of this. It's actually pretty funny. That's like kind of what a chess engine is. It's just kind of like very minimal reward for a lot of work. But it's cool. But yeah, that's something that I learned this time around, I think, with it. My last engine, I just kind of like made an engine, you know, like just like your regular old engine and whatever. But you know, I think the difference between a good engine and a bad engine is not that much, but a difference between making a good engine versus making a bad engine is a lot. Is a lot of Like, you can set like a run-of-the-mill engine, just generic, to just like piece values and stuff, and just, you know, set it and forget it, and it'll be pretty passable. But making like a good engine in terms of like it plays good chess, it's like a lot more painful than that. Indent heuristic under editor. Really? I might have to look at that. Yeah, I don't think that you can. I copied and pasted this from someone at some point. But you say that it's indent heuristic. Expected string. Okay. I can try and look it up. Helix indent heuristic. I don't know if it's this because it's only within header files. I have a feeling that it's like something within the specific C thing where it's like it's my space amount is enabled for. Oh my gosh, please don't do this to me. Thank you. Okay, this has to be on the right. I'm sorry. Okay. We did lose this game, correct? Yeah, we did lose this game. That's very unfortunate. It is what happens though, you know. And the website is bugged. Okay, so we are in a game. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. That was the version though with the without the. In fact, we should probably just like put this version of the engine with without the insanely low oh, hold on, we have to go in and not do the PSQT thing since we just made it. Oh wait, but this isn't going to work now. Okay, well, we can't compile it, so we can't compile it because. Oh wait, did I finish? Did I finish copying and pasting all of this? I did. So we can compile it. We can compile it. Okay. It looks fine. I kind of do want to make sure that we didn't toggle anything off in search while I was testing with it. I think it's fine. Yeah, we definitely need to tune the futility prunes and the razoring still. I'm not 100% certain that it's actually doing what it's supposed to because of the values. But everything seems to be on, and we did turn on checkmate detection again in QSearch, so there is that. So I'm just going to put it, I basically have two different folders, and I'm going to put it, I'm going to replace the executable in the other folder. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's the new version. Okay, so we did that. Our PSQTs are now static const. There we go. Now everything is static const that needs to be. The last thing we need to do is we need to make everything that is constant that is within our game struct, namely, this isn't getting used. The pawn moves, pawn capture, this stuff needs to be global variables that are const. And how we're going to do that is we're going to print them out. Yeah, we're going to print them out in ULL format. I have to figure out how to do that though. So that's what we're going to do next. So we have to make a function that I'm just going to call it print move boards. Yeah, it's kind of hard to figure out how to do this. Okay. Yeah, we just kind of have to write it like this. So we need to print it in, how do I print it? Is it LX or is it L? I forget what the format is. The format specifier is for. I have to look it up. I'm looking it up on my phone actually. LLU, I think, based on the stupid fucking AI summary. Oh, maybe this isn't it. Is that I want to get it in the correct format, but maybe it's fine. Anyway, so this is going to be this, right? And you may be asking, couldn't I have just like done a pointer? Am I on glibc or Musel? I'm on glibc. I'm pretty sure. Next is cap. I'm hoping that I'm doing this right with the formatting. Because I don't want to have to change all of this. Oh, the good thing is that these aren't color specific, so this becomes a lot less painful. I could have just like made a utility where I can pass a pointer in that has, you know, but that would have honestly taken more time than just doing this. It would have taken more time, so okay. So I'm gonna put this in the header and then we will just print it out once. And then copy everything over. We're gonna do it at the end of here. And there we go. Okay, there we go. I think that this is the wrong format. I want it to be readable. It might be LX. I thought it was LX, but oh, that's my muscle memory kicking in. Okay. No, this isn't it either. That's the hex thing. Yeah, I'm trying to print the version of it with like 0x, etc. The literal of it. Okay, so apparently you need a macro. According to the AI summary. I love AI. Int types.h. And it says that there's a macro. Okay. There's a macro with this PRIU64. Okay. Now, before I have to copy all of that down, I just want to make sure that this is doing what I want it to. So it's going to be the first one we did. Maybe? Oh, hold on. Is it octal? Is that what I'm looking for? Pre O64? Maybe this is what I'm looking for. Maybe it's octal. Maybe not. Hold on, this kind of looks like what it's supposed to be. Maybe not. Also, why? This is only supposed to be affecting this. Why does it affect everything else? I don't know. Yeah, you know what maybe I just don't care anymore. Like, I just don't care. Like, we can just put the numbers in. I don't care. I don't care. We can just put the numbers in, man. I don't care. Okay. So that should be for black, and then this should be for white. So this is all of black pawn moves. Okay, so now we need to just make it a thing. All right, peace out. Thanks for hanging out. Oh gosh. Oh man. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Okay, so this is going to be for black and for white, and so I'm just going to copy and paste in what we got out here. Integer literal is too large to be represented as signed. Yeah, none of them are supposed to be. Am I supposed to put this at the end? Maybe we should, I guess. Okay, that's what we'll do. Because I don't want to run into like compiler nightmares with all this stuff. Okay, hopefully that we're doing this the right way. Oops. Luckily, these are the only ones that are actually color specific, and then the rest are gonna be just a lot easier. And then after this, all we have to do is go in and change everywhere in my code where I reference dereference this pointer, which is just maybe like 1,000 places, and then we're done. I wonder how worth it this is, what I'm doing here. But if I didn't try, then I wouldn't be me. We have to make sure that we're doing them in the right order. I think we are. Why do these not have ULL on the end of them? Oh no, it does. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Did I just copy and paste the wrong thing? I had the wrong thing in my clipboard for some reason. Okay. Okay, now we will do the thing that's commenting this out from here, which is going to give us a lot of little red lines all over the place, and we're just gonna follow them. How do we want to do this? I think we search pawn moves, and then all we do is just... How's the most efficient way to do that? That's pretty efficient. Okay, if we just have to... We can just do that because these are already globals. This is actually going to get commented out because this is on initialization and we aren't initializing this anymore. So yeah, I'm just going to comment out all of the generate for all of this stuff. Incompatible pointer to integer conversion. Oh. Right. You need to go side. Man, this is gonna be such such good payoff when this is done. I wonder if I'm going to regret not doing our pieces as well. By pieces, I'm referring to the bitboards that are just per piece, that we still dereference a pointer for this. Yeah, I kind of want to do that as well. Because we would save out on a lot of instructions if we change that, because like the amount of times I have to go game pieces, right, is a lot actually. Okay, I have no clue where the rest of them are going to be. I know that we have a lot of stuff inlined, so I'm going to assume that, okay, here. I'm down to actually run perf after we do this refactor and then see how we're looking. Subscripted value is not what? Wait, what? Why? Why are you mad? No references found. I am including types. Um, I don't know why that was giving me an error. Oh, because I was assigning to a variable called the same thing. That's why. Oh my god. I've just had a second there. My eye is watering. I may have a allergy attack coming on. That's no fun. Can I play with that bot now? Yeah, sure. Well, it is online playing games. It is playing one right now against. It just lost against Troutbot, which Troutbot is good. It's good. We've never won against Troutbot. It also slightly annoys me with the alrighty then that it drops after it beats you. It's quite a, you know. If you want me to play it though, I can try. I don't want to crash, but we can try. We can do an attempt. Oh my gosh, this is this is a okay. Okay. Oh god. I do not want to crash, and I'm worried that this may crash me. Do not crash me. Okay. Get rid of this one. This is the engine. Yes, this is the engine. Okay, so yeah, let's play. So I'm just gonna go Queen's Gambit. It's really the only thing that I know how to play. Okay, so we're seeing e6. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore it and I feel like actually this is a good move here. He does do this, which I'm not like the biggest fan of. I don't want to block my bishop in, so I'm just going to accept the pin. He's gonna take. I mean, this is fine for me. I get open file. And he castles. Okay, well, I'm just gonna pretend like everything is fine. Okay. I wonder if this move is actually not bad. He's going to play one of these next, though, so maybe it's useless, maybe it's not. I must wonder if this is a good move. White forfeits on time. No, I didn't. We're infinite. Okay. So, a couple of options here. I could play this. I'm kind of wanting to play this. I mean, yeah, it's a peculiar looking move. Please, can we just play the goddamn game? Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna pretend like I didn't do that. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't do that. And we're just going to play this. Okay, I think taking is best. I think taking is good. And now I'm just gonna do this. Castling queenside is awful here. No. Okay. Now that is... Yeah, I don't have a lot of squares to go to, huh? Yeah, that's true. That is true. If I take, you take with knight, and then... Yeah, and then I'm screwed. Take, takes. Yeah, I mean, I have to go there. I am cheating because he is, he thinks he's on 8 seconds of time, so he's not really thinking about his moves. So I am definitely cheating. I am gonna say that we create a attack on the other side of the board. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, so that's discovered attack on the queen. And it's a backwards move that defends the piece that's attacking. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so the rook move to the open file is not what we need to be doing, apparently. What happens if I do this? This met with this, right? But then I'm still attacking this pawn. I think that this is okay, right? This has to be okay. This move attacks this. It's a fork. It's kind of funny because you watch him. Oh well, that also forks my queen. I didn't really see that. I'm not good at chess, anyway, so it's kind of... I'm kind of like a bad test of skill, but it's kind of funny watching him play all these games, and then you think like he's not that strong. Oh, I just trapped my queen completely. Like it's not even... It's completely trapped, right? Yeah. Actually, I can go here. It's my only square. I wonder if there's like a crazy mating possibility here. Okay, well that's a cute move. The pawn is pinned, so that's a cute little move. I'm going to choose to move here. That's pretty fair. Okay. Don't have a lot of squares to go to. I'm gonna stay here so that I can defend the pawn. Okay, he's about to mate me, is what's happening here. I don't think I can mate him because unfortunately yeah, I'm not good enough at chess for this, man. Just mate me, man. Just mate me. Yeah. There you go. Dismantled. Dismantled. with him going at 0.5 seconds a move. So there you go. And how is this game going, huh? What is it name on Lichess? It's Vixen is very cool, and I can give you the link. I want to see if you can beat it. You would be the first human other than me to play it. No one has challenged it. So okay. So all of this is refactored actually. I think. I don't know if we're done, but I hope we are. Okay, let's give it a compile. Okay, we have a lot of things still to do in movegeneration.h. We have 15 errors. Am I building a chess engine? I am. It's a long process, but I've been enjoying it. I made one almost a year ago, and I enjoyed it. And so I decided to give it another shot with me being better at programming now, to see how high I could get it rated. And right now it's about 1900. What happened to my previous game, my game engine? It's still a thing, and I still plan on, working on it. But I just kind of felt like working on this for a while. Okay, let's see. This is in Zobris.c. The last error. Okay, so now we get to see if I completely botched this or not. Undefined reference to generate in movegeneration.c. Yeah, that's probably true. Generate, yeah. So comment all of this out. Okay. We've compiled. And it appears to work. I think we would be seeing very strange things other than e2, e4 if we had done something wrong. So it kind of makes sense what we're seeing. This is completely fine. D2, D4 is acceptable. Now this is while I'm streaming, so these nodes, it's benches at 1,000,000 nodes per second usually, but since I'm streaming and also have it going in the background and playing games, it's a bit okay. We are playing. I'm excited. This is so exciting. Update. I want to see the game. The first human. Why can I not see the game? I was so excited, and now I can't see the game. Oh. Okay, maybe it just needs a second to update. Okay, it seems like we're losing this game. He does have 2 minutes on the clock. And we do have a bishop for a knight, so it's kind of okay. It's just our pawns suck. That's kind of the problem. Why can't I see the game? Did we decline your challenge by accident or something? I saw it pop up, the challenge. Okay. Anyway. So. Okay. So, with all of that said and done, we now have everything static const. So, if that was worth it, I don't really entirely know. But we can run perf and go check, I guess. Oh, I hate every time having to do this because it sometimes doesn't let me do this. Oh gosh, this is not the right file. It's this. Okay, there we go. I said request, can I accept? I tried. I saw it pop up and then it just instantly disappeared. So I have no clue. Can you try sending it again? I don't know why it declined. I'm trying to go back to see where it... It should be able to accept on its own. Challenge declined. I think send it a time challenge. I think it might be because it's a correspondence. I think it needs to... I don't think I have correspondence enabled. I don't have correspondence enabled. So send it like a blitz or a rapid. It can't accept, it won't accept anything that doesn't have time. Yeah, if it doesn't have if it isn't a timed challenge, then it won't accept it. Yeah, it has to be. It can't be. It can't be a correspondence. It has to be a blitz. Or whatever. Like it has to be. I can show you. It has to be, real time, not correspondence or not unlimited. Otherwise, it won't accept it. Okay. What else did I want to do? All right, we were gonna perf. Well, that just accepted from another bot, but yeah, send it something with a time. So otherwise it won't go. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I have 3 instances of my engine running on the computer, which hopefully we don't crash, but we very well might, to be honest. So okay, so let's see if you can beat it. Playing a little bit of the old Benoni. Love it, love it. My engine loves the Benoni. You're 2000 rated with a question mark. That's scary. Okay, I don't know about A3. Okay, well this is kind of a smart, actually, yeah. That's cool. Repeat moves? Love to see it. He's just shown you that he could have taken you. Okay, our bishop is has dreams of the fresh air of outside. Okay. We don't care about development. Development, what's that? I really like this move by him. He used to not like pawn moves like this, but preparing this is very, very important for the position. Our knight is fine to retreat. It's really not the end of the world. Oh, he does actually take. And now this is good. The reverse fianchetto. Fianchetto? I think we're preparing this. One of these two. I really like our bishops. Everything here looks very solid. Even though we don't have a lot of space, it's solid. So this is also a thing. Yeah, the knight getting to this square is quite scary. This is a very natural move. I do think our queen has to get somewhere here soon. Okay, ignoring this. Guess the idea is if you take this, we're just going to accept the trade here. And then our knight is on a scary square. And then we've opened this up. Okay, that's a fork. That's a fork. That is a fork. That is a fork. I think we're just taking the trade here. Yeah. Now this is pretty scary. So we gotta watch out for it. However, this bishop needs to get involved for this to work, and I don't think this pawn is also blocking this bishop's attack, so what the hell is this move? Oh my god. The skewer. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we just, yeah. We, yeah. Yeah, no way you can defend this pawn either. Unless you do this. And then we just, yeah. We could push it, yeah, that's true. The fact that we aren't taking this is so insane. Have we really calculated this? feel like we should lock it. But then this is an issue, yeah. We have to take. We've got to be watching out for any of these knight moves right now. Because it's discovered attack on the rook. I feel like the threat of this is pretty good right now. There's really no way for you to actually get to this square. And then blocking with your queen, but then nothing is yeah. Very good move, because even if you do find some move to defend this, we're just taking a pawn here. Okay. You're gonna run out of time. I think we might just take the pawn, yeah. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe that we're actually doing that. I mean, this rook cannot join. And then this square is blocked by this. I guess there's a sequence this. It's a possibility. You resigned. Well, that was fun. We won against Cloudberg, lost against the Fornax game, which we were losing. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's a pretty good. The engine is pretty good. You know, it's no joke. It is no joke. You're better than me at chess, that's for sure, though. That's kind of what I wanted to do. We can actually go to perf report just to see what we got. It's about the same as it was before. Our make and our undo move are still 10%, which is relatively the same. Our generate non-quiet moves is still pretty high. It's 12%. %90 of it is generate pawn and generate queen moves, as you can see here. So I think that we still have to work on it somehow. We have to get it down. Pawn moves, we definitely Our code is already pretty lean here. Evaluate good quiet. Yeah, there's nothing in here because I had experimented with including moves that attack hanging pieces in queue search, but I've decided against it now. My kind of design philosophy now is just push raw nodes per second and don't worry about queue search being perfect, because you should try to just get deeper in the tree rather than trying to have a good queue search. We're playing as black again, and my engine specifically has really, really bad... Oh, you lost already again? What happened? What happened here? Yeah, this forks. Yeah, that's what happened. That fork happened. That's what happened. I wonder if what I'm supposed to do is just like make the move struct less less big, you know? Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. Why queen move specifically? Why queen move specifically? Maybe it's because of the checking thing. Yeah, maybe doing the checking thing is... The annoying thing is that we have to check if a move checks, because that's how we... That's how we determine what goes into queue search. You know what I also saw in the Yukari codebase was that they have an incremental move generator. So basically what happens is they just generate one move at a time before they play it, which was incredibly cool to see. don't know how hard that would be to implement. I feel like you gotta play this here, no? Something? I feel like actually like a really interesting move would be F5. F5, no. I think it's a great move. I feel like we should have played it already, to be honest, if we were gonna do it. Like without the queens on the board, we shouldn't really be that worried about it. I think F5 is huge. Maybe we just remove the checking stuff. From captures. Because that could be taking up a lot of time, actually. Okay, let's benchmark this. It's kind of hard to tell because I'm streaming and probably it would be a lot different if I wasn't in terms of speed. But we can do the record thing for sure. This is from start position though, so it's probably not like the best sample size of what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah, so that brought the generate down quite a bit. It's still high though. But I mean the highest is actually ends up being our evaluation, which I'm not surprised. I may have to just like look into, I saw that other people's evaluation looks a lot different than mine. So what happened to you? What happened to you here? Oh, you timed out. Yeah, I wonder if you can beat it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna dip out here soon, because I am kind of running out of steam personally. Yeah, I wonder what I'm gonna do to make this stuff more efficient and faster. There has to be a way. Not including checks in Q search, by the way, just makes it so much faster, but I think it's just not sound to do that, to be honest. I'm gonna look in the Yukari codebase how they do their incremental move generation thing. But yeah, the perf specifically is seems to be generate queen moves. Surprised that generate pawn moves isn't here. I don't know why it isn't there, but our make move is still expensive. I'm kind of don't understand why, because it's pretty much as fast as it can get, I feel like. I mean, we do copy castle flags like this. Yeah, maybe I'm just not smart enough to figure out how to make this more efficient. I don't know. We do have this int en passant index that we should be using, making use of. But we can't use it there because, yeah, we're setting a new one. What about more inlining instead of calling to functions? Everything is inlined. I mean, all of this is inlined. The only thing, I mean, maybe you're right that we should just like inline. Oh yeah, you're right. These aren't inlined. That is so true. What is my memory layout? Almost everything right now is literally static const. Like 90% of everything. The thing that we could do also is moves could be less memory for sure, but so my workaround for that is that for moves hashing, I pack them into integers. But all of this information is actually like heuristics that are needed, like if it's checking and if it's a good quiet, things like that, you know. Am I using array of structs? Honestly, it's not even, I guess, array of structs for things like moves. Yeah, I guess everything is array of structs. But that's just typically how I do things. But, it would kind of make it a nightmare to push all this information in parallel if it wasn't, you know? Because there are parts within our search where we need to like straight up copy moves, you know, or pack all of one move's data into an integer and then store it in a hash table. And so I feel like if it wasn't all together, then that would be like super inefficient. But you are right though. I totally didn't. I thought that this was inlined, but it isn't. I thought that all of these were inlined. To be fair though, 90% of stuff is inlined. It's just this stuff is kind of from an older part of the engine. Like all of our evaluation is inlined, for example. But yeah, we can do that. Also, this has to be inlined, right? Yeah, it is. We can inline this as well, I guess. These are called once per node, each of them. So it's not like going to be an insane speed up, but it is probably somewhat important, yeah. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff is inlined, for sure. We can put it here. The compiler will auto-vectorize it, making it faster. If you have it as... Yeah. Yeah, it will. I think it will. Maybe it is something that I can think about doing, but it's not something that I've done before. Like in a project. Making it... Yeah, I'm not really sure what the ramifications of that might be. But I can probably give it a shot. This is gonna be kind of a pain in the buttocks. Dude, I don't remember where it is. Okay, there it is. Okay, so we just have to do that for all of them. But yeah, I mean, I've heard great things about SOA. I just have never really done it myself. But apparently it's supposed to be faster. make stuff a little bit more complicated. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that it will make it. And I probably should do it, to be honest. But I'll think about it. It would definitely be a big refactor for moves specifically, because moves have a lot of fields inside of them. So handling all of that would be kind of painful. Also, this shit is so fucking annoying. Like, I don't understand why this is a thing. Did you beat it? Oh no. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Don't feel ashamed. It is pretty good. It is too strong. Yeah, it's pretty strong, man. I'm bad at chess, but yeah, it's pretty strong. Shouldn't get to this part yet or event at all, but would I be able to use simmed? Really not. There's not any real point where I'm actually like looping, you know? Like, I don't actually, the loops that I'm doing already, like, this is this, like, this is happening inside of a loop, right? It's a while loop that literally just pops bits off of a bitboard, right? Using a built-in, right? So that's pretty much like, yeah, you know, like, all of our looping are done in while loops where we are popping bits off of a bitboard. Also, this is fucked. And lining this is fucked. Holy shit. I analyze all match, it just make a little CP loss, and starting is a little bad, but strategy calculate too good. Yeah, it's really bad at understanding, like, space, right? On, like, fighting for the center, fighting for space, in terms of, like, you know, I've really tried to, I have an big evaluation function that I can show you that tries very hard to do things. We've got bonuses for all different types of pawns structures, right? Like doubled pawns, isolated pawns, etc. With different bonuses for, you know, how late in the game it is. We have rooks on open file connected, that sort of thing. We also have hanging pieces that basically, if the engine leaves a piece hanging, I hit it on the head for that. We also have I added this. This is my idea that if your moves are blocked by squares that are controlled by the enemy's pawns, it's a bad thing. So that was this idea is like, if you're attacked by pawns, it's bad. And we also have, like, just king safety based on the threats to the king. And we have inside of this is a big material function where most of it is commented out, because it's still kind of a work in progress with the evaluation. But our evaluation used to be a lot bigger, but I had to cut a lot of stuff out of it because it was too slow. So, like the evaluate king pawn safety stuff. We also have evaluate pins, which is basically just calculates pins to the queens and the king. When we play with bot, we have to play closely for his calculating time. We'll try later. Yeah, I mean, keep trying. I want to see a human beat it because I think that would be really sick. I think that would be totally sick, yeah. Okay, so we have to go to the actual move struct so that I can figure out how to order this shit. Okay, so above type. Below type. Up here. Up here. Up here. Oh man, this sucks. This sucks so bad. I really want to get it to the level of like a grandmaster. I really do. I think it's going to take like a lot of micro, optimizations like this, and probably time testing stuff out and then refactoring it. Okay. I hate that inlining makes it do this. Like, obviously just set it to 0, dude. Okay. We're almost done with this. We have only the sliders left, which is actually kind of like not almost being done, but it's really fun to see it play, you know? Janjin is pretty good. Janjin is pretty good. It looks like we're losing. We lost a rook for a minor piece. Yeah, it looks pretty much over. I feel like I've beat him before, but I guess not. Yeah, he's really good. Oh, you're going for round 2. Okay, there we go. It's so funny inlining like huge functions. it is true, like, most of the code base is actually in header files rather than... It is 100% true that's the case. It's just not... I never do stuff like this. Otherwise. Okay. So all of it's inlined now. The all of the generate functions for moves. I have no clue about the speed, because doing it while streaming and while having multiple instances of the engine playing online is not really the best way to benchmark it. But we can also put the master generate moves function inlined in the header. I'm slightly worried though about it being inlining can't be a bad thing ever, right? Where's is square attacked? What file is that in? Game.h. Oh, are you being a jerk? Oh, it's being a jerk, actually. Yeah, this is why I hate inlining, because you... it doesn't really register that these are fine. It's like, no, that's the wrong type. Like, dude, just chill. Pass it as an integer. Chill, bro. Okay. Okay, that's that inlined. That is that inlined. And generate non-quiet moves is the other generate function for our queue search. Okay, so all that's also inlined now. So that's inlined. Now we can do generate attack mask also. Should already be inlined, to be honest. Very nice. That's pretty much everything that needed to get inlined in this file now. So that's that. I wonder what else we can inline. We can also inline the entire make move function. This is going to be a bit of a project though, for sure. Because every time we do this this not side, It's gonna get mad at us. Let's do the undo first. But theoretically, the make move and undo move being inlined will help, because they are called very often. Oh, also in check. Why is this not inlined? The heck was wrong with me there? Okay. Okay, so I guess I'll just copy and paste the whole thing in. I don't know, I read somewhere that inlining big things is bad. I guess technically if we wanted to optimize it, not side could just be its own variable. I don't know if we're really there yet with it. I just don't know if I'm really there with it yet. Okay, that was not bad at all, actually. That was not bad at all. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so the code for this will be on GitHub soon, I think. In the next few days. Maybe even today, if I get around to it. To writing Markdown. Okay. That is the make and undo move inlined. Everything that gets called from this function is also inlined. So that's inlined as well. Once again, you know, benchmarking it while streaming is not, it's not going to be fast. And it's also probably why it's not playing perfectly. Yeah, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. What I have noticed is that us inlining this into the generate, it now doesn't have symbols for it. I guess that makes sense. I don't understand how it gets symbols for make move and undo move if they're also inline, but yeah. Yeah. The evaluation can still be inlined. There's we didn't actually finish inlining all of it. Some of it is still not. Also, our SEE actually isn't inlined. Wow. Yeah, we should do that. I think that there was a reason why I didn't inline it, but probably there's no reason now to not. Use of undeclared identifier. Attacker mask. Where is this? Where is that function? Attacker mask. For square. It is in move generation.h. Ah. Oh, it might. Okay. It's not giving me a recursive error, so that's good. Okay, so we have to cast this. Okay, so now the SE is inlined as well. Oh, what did I just do? Don't do that. Okay. This is the old material. Now this is the new material. Let me go to where the function actually is. Evaluate material weighted. Okay, so I don't know if it's bad to be inlining all of this stuff. I've heard that it's bad to inline big things because the compiler will try to inline it and it'll do a bad job. But I'm just going to trust it and see if it works, or you know. I do notice that it takes a while to compile. It's not making any simple fault of good night. You have a good night too. Thanks for playing. No one else has really tried to beat it yet, but I hope you enjoyed playing it. Yeah, I hope that it's because I'm streaming that the nodes are subpar, to be honest. I hope that that's why, and not because I'm doing a bad job, or, of doing things. I hope that it's not that. It did lose the game. This game. What I usually like to do is request a computer analysis, and then it'll tell us where we went wrong. We made a mistake and the blunder. That's what we want to see. So let's take the fen. And let's run it. Oh, not fen. Fen. It does take a while to compile with the inlining, for sure. So we're getting H7, H6. Which Stockfish doesn't mind that move at all. We're also getting D5, D7, which is the best move. In the middle we get F8, E8. Which is fine. I'm not getting the move that we played. D8, A8. That's not the move either. Okay, well that's a big blunder. Oh, it's not that bad. I had the wrong position. And now F7, F5. Yeah, so not this move. Well, this issue with not getting the same move that we played is not an issue that, you know, is new. There is probably a bug somewhere in move ordering or hashing that I have to find where the moves are non-deterministic at some point. So yeah, I played a bad move. And it's only finding the right moves now. So, yeah, it's a bug that I have to find. Anyway, I'm going to head off. You can expect the full code of the engine to be on GitHub soon. The goal was to teach about the stuff and, you know, show how cool chess engines are. So yeah. I don't know when I'll be live again, but thanks for watching. And the engine will be pretty much just up there, off and on as I work on it, right? But if you want to challenge it, it'll be up there. And you can find the link to challenge it in the Discord, or just remember the name. Vixen is very cool. Yeah, alright. Peace out.